Hey guys, I am DC, your host of Barside Jive, and we are really happy that you guys chose to hang out here with us today at the very cool Vocal Studios in North Dallas. Here, this show does happen 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Monday, and besides news and weather and art and fashion, sometimes a throwdown farm report, sports,
Yeehaw.
Some music. Yeah. Did I say traffic?
You did.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial.
You are. It's good traffic.
And I've got my featured guest is retired Denver police officer Daril Cinquanta. He is here, and he is really cool, and he has an amazing story to tell, so I can't wait till Daril comes into the show. But by the way, you can follow all my shows on Apple iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Twitch, Spreaker, Google Play, and TuneIn, and Deezer, and let's stop right there. If you happen to be listening to us right now as a podcast, you can watch us. Just go to vocalnow.com, and remember, vocal is intentionally misspelled with a
K.
That's right, Bre, with a K. Go to vocalnow.com in your browser, or you can download the free app, Vocal Now, and you can just watch us on your phone or stream us from your car. They've been doing that since 2011 now, guys, so catch up. You can also see all my content after the fact on YouTube. Just search Barside Jive Live. Barside Jive is sponsored by the legendary
The Zoo
on Vocal,
and can be streamed 24/7, 365 at, once again, vocalnow.com. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, not much.
Everybody here?
We're here.
All present and accounted for?
Well, we're here.
Yeah, right, right.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Did you know on this day,
Oh, Lord, here we go.
yeah, the Red Hot Chili Peppers released their debut album back in 1984. And also Billy Joel put out his final album of pop songs, River of Dreams, in 1993. And happy birthday goes out to Jethro Tull's Ian Anderson.
Hey.
Yeah, he was born on this day back in 1947, guys.
Oh, I was listening to them yesterday.
Were you? Little Aqualung.
Bungle in the Jungle.
Bungle in the Jungle. Wow. Well, Jay, it's that time again for some traffic. Let's play. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. From the copter, from your global traffic center and your Barside Jive Drive team, we've got some trouble spots.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we do, guys. We got some trouble spots. Let's go first over to Gravesend, United Kingdom, where it is 10-something p.m. at night, but I can tell you that about 6 hours ago, there was expected traffic congestion on the A2 westbound between the junctions with A227 and the A2260. Also, there were delays on the M20 westbound at junction J4 West Malling, but that's all over now. So current traffic is pretty easy breezy there in Gravesend, UK.
Gravesend.
Yeah. But back in the U.S., in Greasy, Oklahoma, your chances are better being sideswiped by an inbound EF5 tornado than a vehicular accident in this town of 372 people in Adair County, Oklahoma. Officials do report no traffic incidents at this time. Last week, we brought you traffic from Intercourse Fire Company for an on-ground perspective, but we could not reach them, so we'll give them another try. We're going to give Intercourse Fire Department another try. Let's dial them up, see if we can reach them today.
I just wonder what they do in their little town for fun.
Voicemail for Intercourse Fire Company at 717-768-3402.
Another voicemail.
For fire hall rentals, call 717-768-310.
So if you need help from the Intercourse Fire Company in Intercourse, Pennsylvania, don't call that number.
Maybe they're busy doing what the name of their city's called.
Maybe.
That's why they couldn't get to the.
Or maybe they're eating steak and shrimp.
They could be, because isn't that where the steak and shrimp?
Yeah, they have their big festival.
Yeah.
Steak and Shrimp Festival. But we can't reach them, so we have no clue. So let's move on to Looneyville, Texas.
Looneyville.
Yeah. They're reporting a delay due to a one-vehicle crash at the intersection of FM 343, FM 225, and County Road 872. Looneyville is located in Nacogdoches County. Now we're going to go to Odd, West Virginia, where crews are working to clean up an accident on I-77 in the Beckley area where a tractor trailer has rolled over in the median near exit 42, Robert C. Byrd Drive. First responders are reporting that the truck was a corn hauler, not to be confused with cornhole or even the great cornholio, the alter ego of MTV teenage protagonist Beavis. Cornholio derived the word from cornhole tends to wander aimlessly while reciting, I am the great cornholio, I need TP for my bunghole, in an odd faux Spanish accent. Well, it's true. You can watch for yourself.
I love that show.
You will beloved my bunghole, for I am the great cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
See? It's just that good, guys. Boy, Beavis and Butthead.
My sister used to play it for me, like when my mom wasn't around, and then my mom would get mad.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're younger?
Yeah, and then now my mom actually buys me Beavis and Butthead t-shirts.
Does she really? She is cool. Mom is cool. Well, let me tell you, cornholer is also not to be confused with cornhole, the lawn game, in which players take turns throwing 16-ounce bags of corn at a raised platform with a hole in the far end. A bag in the hole scores 3 points, while if it lands on the platform, it's only 1. Yeah.
Well, we do that, but we throw cans of corn.
Okay.
So we're doing it wrong.
I guess so. Maybe you should open them first.
That's dangerous.
That would be. Those things are heavy.
It's out in the country, so.
Oh, it is in the country.
How does it stay on a board, though, if it's round?
It doesn't.
Well,
Rolls right off.
how big is the hole for a can?
It would have to be a lot bigger if you're using a can.
It's about that big around.
Man, so much for my traffic report. It went downhill fast. But that is global traffic from your Barside Jive Drive team. And now a word from our sponsor.
This year, it's coming back earlier than last, so the weather should be even better. Everything's the same, only bigger. The Texas Music Festival, Saturday, June 9th, Cotton Bowl. It's all back. The Midway, the rides, the movies, the rock and roll supermarket, and inside the Cotton Bowl, well, I'm taking my time. Boston, moving on. Heart. Plus, Van Halen, Nazareth, Blue Oyster Cult, Sammy Hagar, and TKO. Tickets are on sale now for the Texas Music Festival, the Texas Jam, Saturday, June 9th at the Cotton Bowl.
And listen to Zookeeper for all the ticket locations.
Very cool. Get your tickets. They're going fast. And, Jay, when are we going to have our studio line open?
Soon.
Don't answer the phone.
Something like that. Soon.
I can't wait because, I love getting incoming calls.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun.
Be freaking awesome. Like Breeze
phone,
News.
I'm sure we'll be ringing off the hook.
It will be.
Oh,
it will be ringing off the hook. That's an old
hey, there's Bre.
adage. Yeah. It's time for Bre. It's time for Bre's freaking news.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I'm excited about this because
Wait a minute.
We didn't get it last week.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
gonna
Oh,
do it
last
anyway.
week's was the best. Last week's news was the best. I mean, I loved the video.
Oh, yeah, the video was great.
But we do have your we do have your intro. Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
Wow.
Here she is, Bre Akers, with news that you can trust.
Well, this wasn't even on my news, but
Awesome.
Oh, she's ad-libbing.
I am. But since we were talking about cornhole, I did actually watch the cornhole championships on TV this week.
Did you?
That was all that was on.
Serious?
There's
Yeah.
a cornhole championship.
Yeah, and I was actually sitting at a bar and we were watching it, talking about it, and amazed at the number of sponsors that these guys have on their shirts and their masks. And we were wondering, like, if quarantine's been any different, or if this is like the moment they've been waiting for, where they can just stay at home and practice cornhole all day.
Yeah.
And especially like in the Midwest with the snow, like, do you just go in your basement during the winter and practice?
Practice cornhole.
Yeah, like, how do you work out for it? Or
Yeah.
you know.
Wow.
What are you doing? I'm
Yeah.
practicing my cornhole.
So Jay, add that to your sports report. We need updates on the cornhole championship.
There you go.
Thanks
Right.
for taking my entire sports report. Now I don't have one.
Right.
It's
It's going to come right after bowling.
Thank you.
Because
see ya.
Jay's a big fan of cornhole.
I
So.
can see that.
Yeah.
I think he has really great form. So
Right after bowling.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Here we
back
go.
to the actual
Breaking
important
news.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it is time for our suicide update.
All
on
right.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
What day is it?
Hell if I know. Yes. So some of us are upset she's still here. Others are kind of enjoying that she's miserable in prison. But as of right now,
And she's making other people miserable because she's still alive.
yeah,
being
because she's
miserable.
still alive. So it's a great
She hasn't done
twisted
anything.
circle.
Right.
But the updates on her this week is her former assistant, Emmy Taylor, has reportedly left the UK. And nobody knows her whereabouts, but everyone says she has great character, so no one should be alarmed that she's MIA.
Yeah.
Great character. Yeah.
She was actually named by a lot of the victims as being the person who taught the underage girls that they recruited how to massage Epstein and other people on the island.
That's gross.
And she was referred by Maxwell herself as being like one of her slaves.
Oh.
So there's a 2-night, 4-hour special that started last night called Surviving Jeffrey Epstein, where 8 survivors are speaking out about Epstein and Maxwell's grooming techniques. So they literally refer to her as basically being like Mary Poppins, that she's super like posh and proper and just really charismatic, and how she sucks all these girls in and then eventually force other girls to start recruiting even more girls.
Oh.
Yikes.
So if you want to tune into that, it started last night. Second half is tonight. So if you want to watch the trash that is Epstein and Maxwell, then
Are they getting money off this thing?
I hope the victims are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. But speaking of Hollywood garbage,
Yes,
Harvey
let's hear some
Weinstein
more.
is back in the news.
Is he?
He is.
He's still in prison, isn't he?
He's still in prison in New
Yeah.
York. So
Yeah.
he is serving a 23-year sentence in New York. But they are trying to extradite him to California to face sexual assault charges in LA County. But he's having a breakdown saying that he shouldn't be going to LA because it is a death sentence, not because of any ties to the Hollywood Pizzagate scandals or other assault things, but because California is just a hot spot for the Rona. And even though he's already had it in New York,
The Rona.
they have no proof that he could be immune to it. So his attorneys are trying to fight his extradition to California just based off of they don't want old Harvey getting corona.
Well, let me tell you something. He's got bigger worries because Yeah, because he needs to protect his cornhola because those convicts, they don't like child molesters. So
I'm sure they're probably pretty good at cornhole.
yeah, I'm sure he's got several boyfriends.
Cornhola.
What do you think they use as bags to play cornhole? Since you use cans, there's got to be something that.
Sacks of something.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh man.
Anyways.
On to the next subject. This is DC's favorite subject of all time.
Oh.
There's an update on some Tiger King characters.
Oh my God! Not Tiger King. Yeah. Jeez. No.
So, if you are familiar with the series, don't worry, this has nothing to do with Joe Exotic.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you're familiar with the series, one of the main characters is Carol Baskin, who, yes, she has the Tiger Center in Florida, but a very big part of the show was the theory that she murdered her first husband.
Mm-hmm.
So as of right now, there are new updates on her husband, Don Lewis, and his disappearance. His daughters have put together they've hired a new attorney. They've put up 4 billboards around the Tampa area asking for information with a $100,000 reward, which happened to be a private anonymous donor for any information regarding the cold case. There's a Facebook group dedicated to people putting together information and evidence where they've actually already come up with some discrepancies that Carol said regarding things that if you watch the show, you know about the septic tank, that there's a theory that
he's going down.
His body's in the septic tank. So they are filing another lawsuit against Carol. And there was also an anonymous letter that was sent to Jeff Lowe, which if you also follow the show, know who Jeff Lowe is. He is the guy who dresses in nothing but like affliction and everything that took over Joe's.
Douche.
The douche canoe.
This is just getting worse.
No, this is riveting.
But yeah, he got a anonymous letter saying that this is where Dawn's body is. So he turned it over to authorities. They say that they have more like new evidence that they're not releasing to the public yet. But basically they're getting ready to start this all over again.
Awesome.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
What I really would be cool is if what would be really cool is if Carol and Joe Exotic were cellmates.
I would love that.
That'd be a great show to watch.
Why not?
That'd be good.
All right, that was great.
On to DC's second favorite subject.
Oh, here we go.
So, old Donald, he wants on Mount Rushmore.
Oh, Donald.
Does he?
He does. And apparently, Trump lobbied with the senator of South Dakota saying that he would like his face put on Mount Rushmore. Well, the senator was like, oh, ha, ha, good joke. We get that all the time. I'm this person. I'm this celebrity. Put me on Mount Rushmore. Well, apparently he was serious and had his people follow up with the senator saying, hey, what's it going to take to get my face on Mount Rushmore?
Oh, wow.
So the senator had a miniature display made for him that is Mount Rushmore with Donald Trump's face in it.
Man, can you see all those Antifa people trying to pull that down?
Yeah.
So now they're saying, well, this is obviously why he did his huge 4th of July display, because he was making a statement that he should be on Mount Rushmore.
Wow. Yeah.
I think he's just bigger than Mount Rushmore.
I don't think he could make it up like the steps that you can go up to it. Because I know I barely could, and I don't know if he could.
His persona is just...
Yeah, his ego's already there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't think there's enough granite there for all of Trump.
It'd be a nice little hair swoop.
Yeah.
To try and get into the rocks.
Well, that artist would have his job cut out for him,
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, especially get that hair swoop.
Yep. Be tough.
Find enough like orange stone for it.
For some reason, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we can start taking bets on.
Yeah, that's
well,
true.
they said
That's
he
true.
would. They said he would never win, and that
Yeah, that's
happened.
true too.
Yeah.
That's true
So.
too. All right.
Anything else?
I think that's all I got for you.
You ran out of my
Man.
favorite subjects.
I know. I'll find more. Don't worry.
Man,
You know what it's time for?
what?
More favorite subjects.
More traffic.
Another sponsor.
So here we go.
Oh boy, Ramada! Say, Mr. Bill, there's a much fancier place across the street. Are you sure we can afford it? Sure, and you'll get the red carpet treatment.
Yes.
So what does it cost to stay here? Oh no, don't do that! No, wait,
That will be an arm and a leg. The moral? For great value, go with what you know, like Ramada, where you know you'll get a comfy room at a great rate. For happy adventures, go to Ramada.com or call 1-800-2-RAMADA.
Okay, it leads us into a
boy, Ramada! But there's a cheaper place across the street.
God, Mr. Bill. Well, guys, that was our 6 seconds of Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic.
Every little thing.
Every Little Thing, a song by British rock group The Police. From their 4th album, Ghost in the Machine, the song notable for featuring a pianist, uncommon in Police songs. It was also a hit single that reached the top of the charts in the UK, topping its predecessor, Invisible Sun, in November 1981, and hit number 3 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart that same year, kept from further chart movement by Foreigner.
Oh,
Foreigner's number 2 smash, Waiting for a Girl Like You, and Olivia Newton-John's
Oh.
number 1 smash,
yeah.
Physical.
No.
Absolutely.
I forgot all about that song.
Yeah.
I'm so glad
Physical.
I did.
You used to work out to it, didn't you?
I did.
Wearing your leggings?
I had
and-
my leggings and everything. It was great. The 80s were great for leggings and working out. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's not go back to leggings, especially for guys.
Well, it's time for leggings.
It is. It's time for I think we need to do a. So that's the nice segue.
I wish I would have known about this because I would have dressed the part with the random leggings.
We've still got a chance.
Yeah.
We got another show next Monday.
Yeah, we can just part 2 of the leggings.
Oh.
Because there's 2 legs. Yeah.
There are.
There are leggings 1 and leggings 2.
Yep.
So yeah, let's get on to leggings.
It's time for Brad Jensen's Art, Fashion, and Farm Report.
Yeah. Sorry.
Jay's going to leave it up to me.
Yeah, come on. Jay went to the restroom.
Here we go, Brad.
Here we go. Okay, now this set of leggings, what I wanted to point out here is
You need glasses.
I'm trying to figure out what's on it.
well, it's just a pattern. I think it's the
I'd wear 'em.
it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa and some other sculptures and buildings, architecture from Italy, I believe. But the thing I want to talk about this is the shirt doesn't really go with the
What's
leggings.
she pointing at?
I don't know. Go to the next one and.
Oh, it's the Leaning Tower. It looks like a dick.
Anyways, I was more concerned about the colors of the leggings are great. And see, this shirt here is much better with the leggings. It's a darker gray.
I'd still wear these.
Almost like a charcoal gray shirt.
Wow.
So if you remember, the light gray really didn't go with the leggings. But this one, it makes the leggings pop. It ties it all together. It looks really good.
At first, I thought it was a piece of pizza. But,
Yeah.
but
And,
it's just the Tower of Pizza.
It's the tower. I'm not. I didn't even notice that. I was more focused on the shirt matching the
Oh,
leggings.
yeah, I'm sure
the
you were. I'm sure you were.
And this one here is flamingos.
Oh,
no, those
honey,
aren't
what
flamingos.
is you doing?
Wow.
Oh, no.
This one here
Brad.
is she's sporting tennis shoes, and which is totally fine. But if she was to wear like a longer shirt, I would go with a dark navy
It'd
shirt.
have to be a
with
lot
that.
longer.
I'd go with a longer shirt, a navy shirt maybe, and you know, one of those that are
Or-
real kind of a
like
blousy
a
type
tall
shirt.
tee, like from.
Yeah, you could do a tall tee, and but I would do a longer shirt.
A solid.
Solid. You could do. Pink would be really risky on this one. I would go with the navy or maybe a light blue would maybe tie all the things in together, all the colors there.
I think she should just high waist them and just give herself a camel toe to match all the animals.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, I think she kind of did. Okay.
I'm not sure what your guys are talking about.
Yeah, well.
This one here, I normally don't go with animals on
animals.
Yeah, it's two puppies, it looks like, on the leggings.
Yeah.
And but I wanted to point this out. The shirt's okay. I don't mind the shirt with these leggings. And if you notice the combat boots, they're up a little bit higher, almost mid-calf, which looks really good. I think she's rocking this style. And if she wanted to sport this with a hoodie or something, maybe a jacket with some fur trim and kind of hit it right at mid-waist, I think would be good on this.
She's got those Lieutenant Uhuru boots from Star Trek.
And the dress, that was just, it's a black dress with, tan in the center. And the way she has it worn, it doesn't look appropriate. But we're focused more on the leggings.
Yeah.
That's why you always got to look in the mirror before you step outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think these people do. They just don't have friends that
call
them out.
Yeah. Hey, that doesn't work.
Are these options available at Walmart?
It's possible.
Yeah.
You can order anything online these days. I have underwear with Alex's face all over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the next one?
I'm trying to go there.
Okay.
Are we sure we want to go there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you didn't get all of them. Anyways, we'll touch back on the leggings next week. And
we didn't get them all?
No, there's but no, we can do that next week. The real I wanted to show this is you've got to watch your color coordination with the leggings and take a little bit more.
Well, I thought I had them all.
Time into it.
Okay,
And,
next week.
Yeah, next week.
Be a special treat.
Be a special treat for next week.
Now we got art with Brad Jensen.
Art. And Led Zeppelin, what I like about them is they're always doing these obscure album covers, and some of them are very hard to find. And we found this one here, and it's Led Zeppelin 2. Can you zoom in on that?
Let's see here.
Yeah, that'll take him an hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and
well, that's cute.
Yeah. On this one, they selected a number of different famous people from back in the day in DC.
What happened to my eyes?
It's like you were one of the famous people back then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, this is
scary.
Off Led Zeppelin 2. Just
great album.
Yeah, it's
great album. By the way.
Great album. And the designer was David Juniper.
That looks like the shadowy figure I was afraid of as a child when he turned the lights off.
Yeah,
sorry,
it was. And but this type of artwork, you would call this, is a collage. And if you look closely, it's they've got they call it the abstract ghostly Zeppelin shape, along with some faded sepia World War I photos of German aviators. And it looks like DC, you were probably auditioning for this album.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you made this the first cut, and that's not the one that's on the shelves today. But yeah, and the women on the album cover is actress Glynis John, the mother of Mary Poppins, and
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yes, her too.
I think it's cool about this album is that Eddie Kramer actually engineered the album, and he's like famous in his own right because he did work for everyone, the Beatles, the Stones, Eric Clapton, of course, Zeppelin, so many, David Bowie, so many different artists that he was a very talented engineer.
Yeah, he was, and but yeah, it's a great album, and if you can find it, I'd pick it up. And I don't know if you're actually going to find this cover, though.
No, you probably won't find this cover, but you might find this one right here.
There you go. There's the original one. That's the one they went with, and but yeah.
Whoa!
You're just moving me right along.
I did, and it wasn't even on purpose. It wasn't any delay in that at all. Gosh. Another farm report.
Man, that's extra. Wow. And the farm report this month, or this week, is Love is in the Air. If you see the cow with the red tag in his ear, he's got two of them. That's the bull.
Yeah.
And right next to him is number 8. And,
number 8.
Number 8. We call her Patty. And
you give them real people names, so if you get tempted to kill them, you just change your mind because it's freaking Patty.
Yeah, hamburger Patty.
Yeah.
And so she's Patty, and he's been courting her this week.
Oh,
yeah. So
his girlfriend.
Love is in the air. He's got
in the air.
He's got several girlfriends, and so probably.
Does he play the field?
He plays the field big time. We call it playing the pasture. He has several to choose from, and this week he's courting number 8, also known as Patty, and we'll have calving season probably April or March of next year.
Quarantine
like
babies.
We did this year. Hey, quarantine babies.
Yeah.
See, this is what's happening with quarantine.
Yep.
The birth rate is going to go through the roof. But yeah, so that's the fashion art and farm report. And the bull, his name is El Capitan. El Capitan.
El Capitan.
Yeah.
Well,
he thinks he's the captain. Yeah.
There he goes.
There we go. Yeah. Is Jay back from the restroom?
I've got a contribution to the fashion segment.
Oh, let's go.
A new term.
Yeah.
Hygiene.
Hygiene. Oh,
Yeah.
jeans that are high?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Get it, son. Get it.
Even dudes can have a camel toe.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Either way, for either gender, that's got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, talk about, there's a lot of fabric from the hips up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a lot of wasted fabric.
A lot.
And unless he's trying, maybe those are maternity jeans. I don't know. But why would a dude wear those?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe.
Those are the things I ask myself when I see things. It's like, dude, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Or like what Bre said earlier, do you not have any friends? Or a mirror.
Right.
Maybe he just feels better. It's like a suck and tuck.
Yeah, it's a suck and it got rid of the muffin top. What I really appreciate about people like this is they have confidence like no other.
Yeah.
I mean, they just boom. Now, if they had a little bit more fashion sense, they could really rock it. But
yeah.
Anyways.
If you guys are driving home, you might all just pull over, watch the rest of our show in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So,
well, one of the note to him, if he was to wear a white shirt with those jeans, it would look a lot better because that black almost looks like it could be brown. It might be, it might be faded a little bit.
Yeah.
But if he pulled off, a white shirt, it would look better.
Yeah.
He should try Spanx.
Spanx. Now you're moving into the next fashion segment.
That's next week.
Yeah.
You can't jump ahead like that.
There's so many things. But yeah.
Man.
So he's got a different haircut.
Guys, we've talked about
We've
talked about
where are we going now?
Why Rome fell.
Oh yeah.
And we got another reason. Well, guys, we've talked about the Romans had a love of poop, right? and then they had a love of penis. Well, now it seems that another thing they had going for them was they loved the unibrow.
Oh.
It was a status symbol. And if they couldn't get their eyebrows to grow together, they would use like dyes to paint across to connect the bridge.
Connect the bridge.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would be
Man.
So
any wonder why Rome fell?
Because they were focused on that, not the right thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
So I think it's time for a song.
I think it is.
Yeah. Here we go.
Every breath you take.
Well, guys, every breath you take. That was a total of 6 seconds of that song. It's a song by the English rock band The Police from their album Synchronicity 1983. Written by Sting, the single was the biggest U.S. and U.K. hit of 1983, topping the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart for 8 weeks. The band's only number one hit single on the chart, and the UK singles chart for 4 weeks. It also topped the Billboard Top Tracks chart for 9 weeks. What you think about that?
What I did like about it is the album. They used the primary colors.
Only an artist would think of such things.
Like blue, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And guys, hang on because we've got a guest coming up really quick. But before, we need to talk about sports. Sports with Jay.
Don't let us down, Jay.
Hey, Jay, are you there?
I am. I'm waiting for DC to put my intro.
There you go, Jay. Does that feel better?
That feels much better. Thank you for that 6-second intro.
Everybody only gets 6 seconds around here because our time is so valuable.
It is, which is why I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Again, I actually tried this week to spend some time to look for Professional Bowling Association news, and there wasn't much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder if like the bowling museum is open right now. That would be a great field trip.
That would be a great field trip.
The bowling museum?
Absolutely.
Have you not done your research, Mr. Sportsman? It's in Arlington.
Not bowling research.
It's over like Six Flags, Road to Six Flags.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a bowling museum.
Is it an argument? Yeah. Is it a reasonable argument to say bowling's not a sport?
Is cheerleading a sport, Jay? You want to go?
No,
down that
you could say gymnastics isn't a sport. Figure skating's not a sport.
Cornhole.
I'm just kidding. No,
cornhole's a sport because it's points. You have to do something to get your points. If it's based on a judge's opinion,
bowling,
that's
you
not
get
a sport.
Points.
Yeah, bowling's a sport.
Right.
Yeah.
But figure skating and gymnastics is not a point. It's not a sport.
Right.
So I guess Bre was wrong.
Yeah.
Cheerleading's not a sport.
Oh, cheerleading's not.
Oops.
Send all your angry letters and emails to jay@vocalnow.com.
You're welcome, Jay.
I'm glad that's not my email address. Good thing she did not get that right. All right, so this one it's going to be pretty boring just because I couldn't find much. There's not much bowling. There's not much bowling on.
Wow, this is going to be pretty boring. Okay, let's go.
Well, all right. Instead of bringing you some PBA news, I'm gonna give you a brief history on it. Okay, and then
that's cool.
And then there are actually some pretty cool facts. But but next week I will bring. I'm gonna input some videos that we can watch because again I tried to find latest news and there wasn't much. But the PBA in America, of course, the Professional Bowlers Association is the major sanctioning body for the sport of professional 10-pin bowling in the United States. It's headquartered in Chicago, Illinois, and a membership consists of about 3,000 members worldwide. Now, these all include pro shop owners and workers, teaching professionals, and bowlers who compete in various events put on by the association. So that's something I did not know. You could pretty much be the owner or manager. Shut up.
I feel like that's a really low number.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought, and I did some further research. The average winnings or earnings per year for a PBA professional is only around $100K. So you have to find. I mean, it's a good salary, but like you would think it for the highest earning individuals would be a lot more. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
What do you got to do to become a member? Like, can DC become a member?
No. They've actually barred DC from becoming part of any association whatsoever. But
oh, that's funny.
No. That's not the right soundbite you're supposed to put.
Oh, which one am I supposed to use?
It's like the sounds of silence or something like that.
Okay.
It's not
okay.
It's not a
crickets.
A cow. Yeah, but anyways, that's it for PBA. I will bring videos next time, but DC, you need to find
promises.
you need to find a sport that has more excitement.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some news on PBA.
Cornhole championships, Jay.
Well, maybe
We're
I'll do
writing
that.
your segment for you.
I got a question for you, Jay. What about college ball? Is it or isn't it going to be going on this year?
Yeah, so I was about to get into that, something that's a little bit more relevant to this topic.
I thought I'd help you out there.
Than professional bowling that DC wants to listen to. But back to NCAA football.
Jay, can you just hand us your notes?
No, I'm not going to.
They're all in his head.
Actually, they are, correct.
Wow, you're one of those guys.
No, NCAA is for... I know you guys are not. Well, Bre went to TCU, but
Holler.
it's hanging on by a thread pretty much right now. It's 50-50 whether this thing is gonna even start and finish the season. So there's pretty much the Power 5 conferences met or have been meeting this week, and they have not come to a conclusion yet, but. I believe the ACC has recently said they're still moving forward with the season, so that's something good to hear. Big 12 has truncated its season, as people already know, to a 10-game season, and they have not said yet whether they are going to cancel the season or move it to the spring. So we'll see. It's very much up in the air still, but there are a lot of people think that quarantining the athletes this fall with no students on campus is actually a better alternative than what they would have had if the football season was not going to happen and they'd let school, I guess, continue as usual or have them stay home. So there are some good points being raised, and excuse me, and I will definitely stay on top of that. So
cool.
Yeah, TCU announced their plan.
Yeah,
for the first football game.
I know we're not playing SMU though. You hear that?
No, but I just heard that we're at least.
Does SMU really play ball?
They've gotten better.
Well, unfortunately, they beat us last year, so
really?
We can't really talk.
Oh, okay.
Talk a lot of smack on them. But
I will hit an SMU kid with an iron skillet, though, for sure.
Yes, you should. I also see DC is also trying to play another soundbite, and I'm not going to let him. So, DC, that does it for sports. I appreciate it, and we'll go to the next segment.
Well, we appreciate you, Jay.
We do love you, Jay.
Yeah, big hearts for Jay.
Thank you.
I can't do that.
Well, guys, I hate to tell you, but it's time for some weather.
Weather.
Yep.
Now, where do you get your weather from?
Step outside. It's hot as balls. See how much you
Well,
sweat.
I get it from the weather.
Okay.
Jay, get it from the weather, don't we?
The Doors. I love that song.
Okay, guys, it is time for some weather action. Hear from your Barside Jive meteorologist, kinda. Where'd Jay go? He must went to the restroom.
Yeah.
It is
let us know.
right there.
Keep calm. Come to the bathroom.
So you can do that anytime that you got to go, Jay.
Yeah, just let us know.
Just let
Yeah,
us.
instead of like an on-air light in here, it needs to be like Jay's bathroom break.
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
on the pot light.
Yeah. Well, guys, I am DC, your Barside Jive national forecast guy, and not a lot of surprises.
Oh, okay.
It's sunny and 81 degrees in Amity Island, New York. Precipitation is at 8%. Humidity is 96%, and the wind is at 8 miles per hour. Although Chief Brody has retired, local Amity police report that there have been no 25-foot shark attacks in recent years. However, an 18-foot lion's mane jellyfish reportedly attacked and killed a diver yesterday. Weather in unincorporated community of...
We got to ingest that. You just can't move right on.
We got lots of weather.
Okay.
Weather in unincorporated community of Lukenbach, Texas, in the Texas Hill Country is sunny with a current temperature of 96 degrees. Precipitation in Lukenbach is 0%. Humidity is at 32%, and wind is at 9 miles per hour. In other Lukenbach news, let's go to Lukenbach, Texas with Waylon and Willie and the boys. This successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys between Hank Williams' Pain songs and Newberry's Train songs and Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. Out in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. Now we're going to go to Nur Sultan, located in the Central Asian country of Kazakhstan, where it is mostly sunny and 85 degrees. Precipitation is at 0%, humidity 63, and wind is at 11 miles per hour. Fun fact, guys, the skimpy green one-piece swimsuits called mankinis, made famous by the Kazakh journalist Borat, have made a comeback.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they've made a comeback.
Very nice.
Oh,
They have made a comeback on Kazakhstan beaches and are available on Wish for $4.78 plus shipping.
That's not good.
I want to see what you get on Wish. So, DC, you need to order one of those and see what we actually get.
And then wear it.
I think Jay left. Okay,
Yeah, Jay left.
We'll just leave it up. So we'll leave it up for Jay.
Jay might have one of those.
He wants it to stay up.
He might have one of those.
So anyway, named for their hundreds of natural springs of carbonated water, Soda Springs, Idaho is pleasant with sunshine. The current temp is 84 degrees with precipitation at 0%. Humidity is at 35% and the wind is a mild 5 miles per hour. Now in Portland, Oregon, it is sunny and 90 degrees. Precipitation is 0%. Humidity is at 31% and wind is at 12 miles per hour. Now, scientists have reported that the continued violent riots by Antifa in Portland have increased normal temperatures by warming the atmosphere, causing the planet's snowpack, glaciers, and sea and freshwater ice to melt rapidly, exacerbating global warming. Due to the negative media attention Portland has received over the past 2 months, a new travel video has been released by the Portland Travel and Visitors Bureau. And right here on Barside Jive, we've got an exclusive. Brad.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
Looks so peaceful. So
Portland, Oregon is located in the northwestern United States, where the Willamette and Columbia rivers meet. Downtown Portland was built with pedestrians in mind, so you can easily walk the Central District to take in the city's architecture, parks, and fountains at your own pace. The heart of the city is the amphitheater on Pioneer Courthouse Square. It's the place everyone keeps coming back to after browsing galleries, shopping, and sightseeing. Do bring an umbrella because showers are very common, although there's plenty of sunshine to enjoy in the summer. This is also a great spot for people watching on a lazy afternoon. In the middle of all this natural beauty sits Portland. More than just a place to stop and smell the roses, this is a place to truly experience the laid-back atmosphere and splendor of the great Northwest.
That's what you get.
He get his brakes checked.
That's what the guy gets for stepping out in front of a moving vehicle, dumbass.
Wow.
Portland looks fun.
Yeah.
Let's go. Field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I got one more.
One more. Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm. In fucking Austria, skies are clear with a temperature of 87. Precipitation is at 5%, humidity 97, and the wind is at 1 miles per hour. The fucking road signs, which have been commonly stolen as fucking souvenirs, the only crime which has ever been reported in the fucking village, have now been replaced with theft-resistant ones welded to steel and secured in concrete to prevent theft and fucking. And that's your weather from your Barside meteorologist. Kinda. Here at Barside Jive on the air. Back to you guys.
Oh, thanks. I just don't know where you find all these places.
On a fucking map.
Especially in Australia. Okay. I mean, it's funny. No, about the Amityville, that, what'd you call it, jellyfish?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie back in
18 foot.
Did you see that movie of back in, I think it was the 70s, Amityville Horror?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Amityville Horror, yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Lukenbach.
Yeah, I like the song.
Lukenbach, Texas.
I met Dale Earnhardt Jr. there.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the little store there, the little
At the
post
bar.
office.
At the bar.
Yeah.
store.
It was his now wife. By the time they were still dating, it was her birthday, and they took a limo. It was a Monday, so it was like nobody was there. And we're like, oh, who's this player in the limo?
Who's this player?
Yeah, we got.
Who's this wannabe?
We were looking for like a place to sit, and I was like, oh, let's go sit over next to that Dale Jr. look-alike, and it ended up not being a look-alike.
It was actually Dale Jr.
It was actually Dale Jr.
Wow.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, did he talk?
He did. He asked me to take a picture of him and his girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you?
Yeah. And then he took a picture with me.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he always turn to
You
the
have it?
I'll find it.
Okay.
Did he always turn to the left?
Always.
And while you're looking for it, I've got a message.
Hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Yeah.
I mean, they had so many great songs.
Well, that's 6 Seconds from English rock band The Police. It was released as the lead single from their second studio album, Regatta de Blanc. 1979, written by the band's lead singer and bassist, once again Sting. He wrote all their songs. The song is ostensibly about a story of a castaway on an island who sends out a message in a bottle to seek love. A year later, he has not received any sort of response and despairs, thinking he is destined to be alone. The next day, he sees 100 billion bottles on the shore, finding out that there are more people like him out there.
But that doesn't help him get off the island.
It's a cool story, though.
He's still stuck on the island by himself.
That's true. Bree, did you find that picture?
I'm about to. Hold on.
He's stuck on the island by himself with the hopes of all these letters coming to him. And it's like, man, I'd be more depressed.
Yeah. 1 billion bottles, though.
Unless.
A lot of lonely people.
A lot of lonely. Ooh, wait a minute.
A lot of lonely people. The Beatles.
There's that song.
The Beatles. Well, guys, that brings us up to our featured guest segment.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, me too. We will be right back, but we're going to play one more. I think.
Jay?
Jay. Jay.
Jay.
Called Roxanne, Jay.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light.
And that was 6 seconds of Roxanne by The Police.
There's the picture of Bree and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yep. And Lukenbach.
In Lukenbach. You can't see it, but I guess you could have held it up there. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Another great song by The Police.
Yeah.
I see there's a,
it is.
I see there's a theme here.
Yes. The song was written by lead singer.
No, wait. Let me guess.
And bassist.
Let me guess. Sting?
Sting. And was released in April of 1978 as a single from their debut album, Outlandos de Amor. It was written from the point of view of a man who falls in love with a prostitute. The song ranked number 388 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time, was voted number 85 by VH1 on its list of 100 Greatest Rock Songs. In 2008, Roxanne was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Very
Great
cool,
song.
huh?
Great song.
Great song. All those Police songs are great songs.
They are.
There is a reason for my madness, though. Yeah. So we've got a special guest tonight, and our guest segment is sponsored by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable candle line and natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. Now, guys, before I bring him in, I want to tell you a little bit about my guest. Daril Cinquanta was born in St. Mary's, Pennsylvania, back in 1948, just yesterday.
A few years ago.
Practically.
Yeah.
He grew up in the family restaurant business, and why anyone would ever be in the food industry, I have no clue, but he grew up in it. That's probably the only reason. In Riverside, California, and also in Boulder, Colorado. Growing up in Boulder, he was expelled from two junior high and 2 high schools. Man, we got a lot in common.
Are you talking about yourself here, DC?
I know. This guy
you.
and me, we have a lot more in common. He's a tad bit older than me, but our life path is pretty much the same. But during his roller coaster childhood, which he described, he lost his driver's license 3 times. before the age of 18. He attended Harbor Junior College, taking police science classes and pursuing his childhood dream of becoming a crime fighter. He became a Denver police officer, entering the police academy in 1970. Early in his 20-year career, he admitted that being a cop was the only thing that he was ever good at. I have a hard time believing that, but okay. He was called a super cop and amassed thousands of arrests. Through his investigations, he generated a great deal of positive and negative publicity. His work was legendary in Colorado police circles. He says that he often bent and at times broke departmental rules and regulations, but he followed the law, resulting in an outstanding and extraordinary conviction rate. He was very controversial, as you can imagine, and often the administration, lawyers, some judges, and citizen activists would routinely attack his credibility and his style. Yet during his career, he received the Police Medal of Honor. He received the Police Distinguished Service Cross, the Service Cross, the Purple Heart, 6 Police Merit Awards, Optimus Club Policeman of the Year, Citizens Appreciate Police Award of Honor, and over 160 official, departmental, and outside jurisdiction commendations. After his retirement, he started his own private investigation firm, Professional Investigators, Inc., in Denver, Colorado. Now, he's an award-winning author. His book, The Blue Chameleon, details his journey as a police detective, now retired from the Denver Police Department, as he evolved into a super cop in spite of the efforts by some of his own commanders, community activists, and even many other officers who felt threatened by his hard work and exemplary successes as they attempted but failed to render him ineffective for years. His career is riddled with controversy, citizen complaints, lawsuits, and disciplinary action, which mostly sought to break his enthusiasm to chase bad guys. In spite of the harassment, he goes on to arrest thousands of felons and put so many individuals in prison nationwide. The book that he has written takes you deep into the inner mechanics of a big city police department and the world of informants, search warrants, and investigations, and the creative way that this detective was able to become a controversial legend amongst fellow officers and criminals alike. Wow. Let's welcome Daril Cinquanta to Barside Jive Live. Hey, Daril.
Wow, what an introduction.
Dude, man, you earned it. I mean,
they're going to think I sent you money.
No, man, it's all you. I mean, it's an amazing career, an amazing, the obstacles that you encountered and the things you've done. Gosh, I'm going to be honest here. I'd not heard of you until I saw you on the news this past weekend, and they had you on for just a couple of minutes, it seemed like, and I was like, oh my God, I want to hear more of this guy's story, because there are a lot of correlations between our careers and our experiences from youth through adulthood. And although people do say, I don't know about you, people do say that I still have yet to grow up. So there may be some difference there, but our paths have been very similar. And like I said, after I saw you on the news this weekend, I was like, God, I got to hear more of this guy. So that's why I reached out to you. And I really appreciate you taking the time to come on tonight and tell us more about your story. Let's start, though, real quick. I want to back up because it seems like to me that you're a pretty rowdy kid and are rebellious, at least. And I followed a very similar path in childhood, but I'd like to hear yours. I mean, here you are, this rebellious kid, but you wind up being a police officer upholding the law. So, wow, tell me about that.
Well, it even shocks me. I mean, if you'd asked any of my classmates, they thought I was going to end up in jail.
Yeah.
But I was rowdy, I admit it. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I just had a wild streak when I was a kid. I mean, I was a partier, a hot rodder, kind of rebellious, I'd say.
Yeah.
But God, somewhere I got on track. So
About how old were you when you realized you were getting on track?
Probably maybe 17, 18, probably 19.
Mm-hmm.
That was a question nobody's ever asked me. I had to think about that.
Well, now, Daril, was there something that happened in your life that caused this change from a rebellious youth to this, guy that, hey, I think I want to be a cop?
I just, I don't think there's anything significant that happened in my life. I'd driven my parents crazy. Can you imagine? You can, because you're probably a lot like me.
Yeah.
And what they went through. But, it just happened. I don't know how to explain it.
Were your parents pretty strict?
Not really.
No.
My grandmother was more strict than my parents.
Hmm.
She was a little Italian gal that didn't speak English, and she was a little slave driver. She figured since I could walk, I should be able to stand on these boxes and wash dishes in a 3-bay in 2nd grade.
Wow.
Yeah, true.
Wow. So tell me, where did you grow up?
Well, actually in Boulder,
Okay.
Colorado.
Okay.
We built a restaurant there, a restaurant airport, and that's where I grew up. In my book, it's all in the book.
Okay.
So it's very
Right.
interesting. And the restaurant business is the hardest work I ever did. Being a cop wasn't even as hard as being in the restaurant business.
Yeah. Yeah. Food service. It's horrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're married to it.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of food did you guys, did you like Mexican food or?
No, Italian.
Oh,
I'm an
Italian.
Italian.
Okay.
See, let me turn sideways. There you go.
Okay. Oh, the profile gives it away every time. They used to think I was Italian when I was younger.
You look kind of Italian.
If I didn't speak. And then when I worked over in the Middle East, Daril, for a couple of years, my hair was really short, and they thought I was an Arab.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like a chameleon too, because I kind of blend into wherever I am. But you grew up in Boulder, and so you were kind of rowdy. You did some things you probably should have done. What's the worst thing you ever did, Daril?
Oh my goodness, let me think.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, but
A
I'm
buddy
gonna
of
put
mine,
you on
when
the
he
spot.
stole a car,
Oh,
and I didn't know he'd stolen it, but we joyrided in it for a weekend. Nothing happened.
Well, did you pick a good car, or did you?
Oh, I didn't pick it. He did. I mean, he
Oh.
showed up in it. He said, "Look at my new car." But I never did anything that was really terrible.
Yeah.
Little shit. I mean, it was just, hot rodding mainly.
Yeah.
I lost my license over and over again, but
Just from racing?
drag racing.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have a cool car?
I had some really cool cars. I had a
Okay.
57 Chevy. I had a GTO, and
Nice.
yeah, I liked speed.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something. When I was a cop, I didn't write tickets.
Yeah.
And they were on me all the time.
Dude.
Why are you writing tickets? I says, I didn't see any. And the reason I didn't want to be a hypocrite, because I was such a bad driver.
Yeah.
I just couldn't bring myself to ding people that way.
Right.
So I really didn't write tickets. Cops will tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. They used to tell us that tickets, there was no quota. It was illegal to have a quota, But boy, if you came in at the end of your shift, you didn't have some tickets, you get in all kinds of trouble. Although there wasn't a quota, right?
We had a quota.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. The quota was, if you were in patrol, you wrote 1 ticket a day. If you were in traffic, you wrote 10 a day.
Oh, wow.
And it was unwritten.
Yeah. Oh, it was unwritten.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we had those. Yeah. Yeah, we had those unwritten.
Yeah.
Well, so you decided one day that you wanted to be a cop. I guess you studied police science in school.
Well, I was in California at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I applied I have a cousin who was a policeman out there, and he told me to go apply at all these little police departments, and that way I'd know what they wanted. And so I bombed out at these little departments, and then I went to the LAPD, and I got on. I mean, they were ready to hire me, and so I had to make a decision. Did I want to go with LA or come back home?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm Italian, so I want to come back home and be with my family.
Right.
So I came home, and I did the same thing. I tested with little police departments and failed. But I learned what they wanted because they patterned their tests after Denver. So when I went to Denver, I knew what they were going to be looking for.
Right. Right. Now, back then, I guess that was about 1970, right?
Yes.
So back then, were there lines of guys wanting to be policemen?
There was a lot of policemen, and
a lot of competition for those jobs, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think they thought I was Hispanic. That's why they hired me.
You? Wait a minute. Turn your head again.
Take a peek.
No, I don't see any Hispanic there. They were wrong. Oh man! So you went to work for Denver PD in 1971. 1970. Okay, and went through the academy. Right.
Yes.
And after the academy, I assume you hit the street.
I did.
Okay. And something tragic happened to you. I don't know how long it was after you got out there on the street in patrol, but tell us about what happened.
You're probably talking about my shooting incident,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to understand how I got to District 1. When I left the academy, I went to District 2, which was the black neighborhood, and I really enjoyed working there.
Mm-hmm.
But they drew names out of a hat, and I had to go to traffic. Can you imagine me in traffic? So, Jesus Lord. So me and my partner, who was Ferzini, we were making all sorts of arrests and stuff, and I decided to do a search warrant on a judge's house.
Oh.
And I did. And I it's in my book. I mean, I write about it.
Right.
So I hit this judge, and she happened to be up in the mountains on the bench, but her dope dealing son was in the house. So I scored, thank God. Anyway, they kicked me out of traffic. So I ended up in District 1. So District 1 is when I was working the morning shift, and I had just gone to Winchell's and got a twist and a chocolate milk.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Now, I'm sure that surprises
Wait
you.
a minute. Winchell's Donuts?
Oh, they were the best.
So I went to the donut shop. It's Sunday morning, real early, and I'm getting a twist and a chocolate milk. And I'm going to the Sunnyside Drug to get a Sunday newspaper. So anyway, I go down this Mariposa Way in the Quig Newton projects, and I see this car, and it's got two females and a guy sitting in it. And I drive by him and take a peek, and the guy is wearing one of those Castro hats. You know, he is the only guy I've ever seen wear one, number one. You remember those hats
Yeah,
that
I know.
Castro used to wear? They're green and whatnot, and it had some buttons on it.
Yeah.
But he looked like a bad guy. In those days, you know, you would turn around, you'd stop, you'd ID him, you'd clear him,
Right.
you'd look at his ID, and you'd search him. And we could do that back then.
Right.
And today, they don't want you to do that.
Oh, you have to have probable cause.
Well, I had probable cause. I mean, we had different names for it, habeas mabeus, things like that. You know, but really, you know, he looked like a bad guy, and
Right.
I wasn't wrong. So I go around and I talk to this guy, and he's talking Spanish, and I ask for his ID. He gives me a wallet, a little wallet with some pictures and a Social Security card, Luis Archuleta. So anyway, I get him out of the car. His shirt tails are out, and I tell him to go to the back of the car, put his hands on the trunk, and I'm going to search him. Well, he turns backwards, and he's sidestepping the trunk with his butt, and his elbow is coming up. Well, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out he's pulling a gun. So I hit him in the temple, knock his hat and glasses off. Stupid here reaches across his body and grabs his gun hand, and it's got a gun in it. and this is a rookie move. I mean, it really is. Looking back, I should have backed up and shot it out with him. So anyway, I couldn't hold his wrist, and he levels the gun and shoots me. So thank God he didn't stick around to finish the job. He took off running. So I had to crawl to the car because we didn't have radios that came out of the car. And I didn't have a bulletproof vest because we didn't have them then. So I took one. So I had to crawl to the car and call for help.
Well, Daril, where were you shot?
We call it like the 9 ring, but it was down on my right side, kind of in the front, and below the heart. I lucked out.
What kind of gun did he have?
It was a revolver, and I suspected it was a .38.
Yeah. Did he drop the gun?
No.
Yeah.
No. He isn't going to part with his gun. He may have to shoot it out with other cops.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was the first thing that came to your mind when you realized you'd been shot?
I'm in deep, deep trouble. You know, it knocked me down. I had my gun in my hand. I don't even remember pulling the gun. And, you know, it was very traumatic, and it kind of knocked the wind out of me, as I recall. But this guy was a escapee from Soledad Prison in California. He had come to Colorado to hide. Okay. One of the girls' husbands was doing time in Soledad. So he says, hey, you're going to break out. You're going to do this. Go to Colorado and stay with my woman, and which he did.
Did the women that were with him in the car, did they split too?
No, they didn't budge.
Oh. So he took off on foot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So I assume they sent an ambulance, took you to the hospital.
They did.
Yeah. So how bad was your injury?
Very bad. You know, they, I remember them talking that I could bleed out, or I was bleeding out. And, you know, I remember them putting a syringe in, and it was filling full of blood. I mean, I'm lucky to be here.
Daril, what was going through your mind?
Well, I could die, number one. But I lucked out.
Yeah. Now, were you married at the time?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And you weren't. I mean, you hadn't been on the street very long, right?
No, not really.
Yeah. And you guys, I guess, were one man units, so you guys all patrolled single, right?
In the morning shift, and I was working mornings.
Okay.
1-man car.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess you were off work for a while.
I was off more than a month. Then I went to, they put me in community relations to recuperate.
Oh, God, light duty. Oh, that's horrible.
It is. Well, I had a great partner, though. I was working with a great cop named Ralph Benfani, a guy who'd caught more stick-ups in progress than anybody I know on the job. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, that was the thing about being a cop. You don't want to get hurt because then they give you, they put you on the desk or give you some crappy job on the inside that you had to do. So you recovered and I guess went back to work. So I guess did you just make a conscious decision that, hey, I'm going to get this guy?
Well, absolutely. Now, I didn't tell you how he escaped. The Crusade for Justice took him out of Denver and took him to Mexico. In Mexico, he got into a firefight and was arrested. So he's in custody in Mexico, and they're not being very nice to him. So he wants to get in touch with an American consulate so he can tell that American consulate, hey, I shot a cop in Denver, get me out of here.
Wow.
And that's exactly what happened. So we got him out of there, brought him back, and he went to trial for shooting me. He got 9.5 to 14 years. So he's in jail until 1974 when he and another inmate have to go have an operation. And in Colorado, inmates have operations at the state hospital. So he's transferred there. They drive up, get out. they're met by an accomplice who's armed. So he has guns. He arms everybody. They take the guard hostage out to the waiting getaway vehicle. They're gone. This is like out of a script of a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
It's so well orchestrated. It was so well done.
Yeah.
And I mean, so he's gone for 46 years.
Wow.
He did a phenomenal job of staying under the radar.
Wow.
Phenomenal. So he, he's gone, and I start looking for him. We do all the normal things when a guy escapes. We dog the family and friends and all that. And, he did something a little bit different. I mean, he got out of Dodge, boy, he went to Mexico. So anyway, I mean, for all these years, I've been rattling all his family and friends and acquaintances and my informants, and not really knowing if I'd ever get him.
Mm-hmm.
But I did some very unorthodox things and knock on their doors. And, I was called every name in the book. And, or I'd call them on the phone. I said, well, have you talked to Lawrence lately? They go crazy. But anyway, I wanted them to talk. I just wanted them to talk amongst them.
Yeah.
And so anyway, June 24th, I get this phone call, and this is somebody I would have had to talk to.
Now, this is June 24th of this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he says, I've been thinking, and he says, I'm going to tell you where your guy is that shot you. And he gives me this alias, Ramon Montoya, an address in Espanola, New Mexico, and a few other little things. And that's it. And we end our conversation. So I take all that information and I start developing it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's in the databases with all these prior addresses and stuff, phony social security number, date of birth. I knew who his wife was. I mean, all sorts of stuff I developed on this guy because he had been underground so long. He developed a new identity.
Yeah.
He had a driver's license. He had it all, and it was government stuff. It was the real McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I get all this stuff together, and so I call Abraham Baca. He's a lieutenant in the Espanola Police Department, and he and I talk. And he says, I'll help you. He says, we're going to have to verify that he's there and all this and verify your information and stuff. And I told him, I says, this guy was involved in an accident in 2011 in New Mexico. And we found out later he didn't have a fingerprint card. And if he had, that would have been sent to the FBI for comparison.
Mm-hmm.
It was gone. Well, guess what? That made me believe immediately he had some family member or friend that took that card with his fingerprints and threw it away.
Wow.
So it never got to the FBI. And there's something hokey about his driver's license, and I haven't learned what that was. And that may be he never had a thumbprint or so whatever it takes in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But he had friends, that helped him establish this great identity. So anyway, I got his mugshot. That I did get when he was arrested in 2011. And I look at this old man, and do you have a copy of that?
No, I don't have a copy of his mugshot now.
I don't have the mugshot though. They're supposed to send it to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you'll forward it to me when you get it, I'll edit it into this video.
Dang. I don't know if I can do that before we're done here.
Well, it'll be after the fact, but.
Can you see this?
Oh, yeah.
That's the way he looks now.
Wow.
And you know what didn't change? He's got Dumbo ears and everything else, which is totally different.
Yeah.
His original mugshot.
Wow.
There's what he looked like
back
in the day.
Right.
But you know what didn't change was his head shape.
Yeah.
And I looked at that, and I looked at his old pictures, and I said, it's him.
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah.
That head shape didn't change.
Right.
So anyway, this Lieutenant Baca, he called in the FBI, a guy by the name of Kyle Markham from the Albuquerque office, and the two of them did a phenomenal job. And hey, we got him, you know, and I got bragging rights.
Wow.
So anyway,
Where'd they find him?
in his home,
Wow.
he was living in a house with his wife, and he had relatives there. And now I don't know which kid may have been his and hers or his prior wife. That I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he was on an oxygen bottle, and but he could stand and walk and all that. And I told the FBI, I says, trust me, he's planning his next escape as we speak.
Yeah.
He's going to find an opening or something. He'll escape again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not. This guy is that way. He's very dangerous and cunning, premeditated. He's a planner.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's a pretty
anyway.
smart guy.
Oh, heck yeah. If I get to talk to him when they extradite him back, first thing I'm going to tell him is, congratulations on staying hidden for 46 years.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that is amazing to me as a police officer.
Have they extradited him back to Colorado?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard yet. They got him in some place in New Mexico where they take ICE prisoners and stuff. I think it's called Torrance.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I haven't heard.
Yeah. How do you feel about that guy now?
Oh, you know, what am I supposed to feel? You know, people have asked me, oh, now you got closure. Well, you know, I'm not that kind of a person. He was just a challenge. He was the chase was everything with me. I write about the chase in my book.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cops, that's the whole deal, is playing cops and robbers and the chase,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and catching the person you chased. I chased a dope peddler who was the #1 heroin dealer in Denver. He was one of the Mashal brothers, 10 years.
Wow.
And I got him. But this, I've exceeded my limit, I think, here with 46 years.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Now, let me kind of jump ahead a little bit, but
Go ahead.
did you?
I got talking. I'm a.
No, you're good. You're doing good. You'd
Yeah,
already
I
decided
did
to write
both.
the book before
Yeah.
you even knew that this guy was in New Mexico.
No, but I was looking for him. But
Yeah.
I did write the book, and he's in the book. And I wanted to show you, if you can see the cover,
Oh yeah,
that is the shirt I was wearing the morning that Pusatiri shot me. Do you see the bullet hole? It's
yeah,
over.
right below your right pocket.
Yeah, and the evidence tag is still on the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It was filled out by the detectives that day that took my shirt from me.
Mm.
So I made a book cover out of it.
Wow. Wow. That's wow, what a story. It's just amazing. So as far as you know, he's in custody, but
Yes.
he hasn't been extradited back to Colorado, but I assume he will be at some point.
Supposedly, he has to come back here.
Yeah.
He owes us 9.5 to 14.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that county is going to file on him for the escape and kidnapping of the guard. You know, they should.
Right.
They should file on him. They should prosecute him.
Right.
He committed those crimes because in Colorado, who knows what they're going to do with him when they're going to let him out. You know, he could serve half and get out.
Right.
And he doesn't deserve to get out as far as I'm concerned. But
I assume you're hoping to have a chance to have communication of some sort with him.
I'd love to do that. I don't know if he'd want to do that. In Colorado, I don't know if I mentioned it, but you have to have his permission to see him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. What a story. Well, I'm thankful that you survived the shooting. When you think back to the 70s, I mean, there were no handheld radios. There were no ballistic vests. You didn't have a lot of the training that police officers have now. You know, you were a very lucky guy. Just wasn't your time.
Oh, you're right. I was really lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I bet your family just were in shock about what had happened to you.
Yeah, they were. But thank God they brought me spaghetti and meatballs when I was in the hospital.
Man, once an Italian, always an
Jesus.
Italian.
Dying for food.
Oh, yeah, because the hospital food, that wasn't any good.
Wasn't good back then.
Yeah, right. So let's talk a little bit about the rest of your career. So you spent a long time in detectives, and you had quite a reputation for getting your job done, but sometimes, I guess, in an unconventional manner.
Here's what I'm proud of. Nobody went to prison except for the crime that they committed.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
You know, I would never want to go through life looking over my shoulder because I sent somebody to prison that didn't need to go for that particular thing. You know,
Right.
the crime they did, they went to prison for.
Right.
So, you know, and yeah, we chased them. We did dirty tricks and, you know, undercover stuff. I mean, you name it, we tried to do it, and probably bending the envelope, but not breaking the law to do it. You know, they accused us of entrapping people, and that would take all the fun out of it. It's just that we had so many cases where we'd follow these people and catch them in the commission of a crime, you know, like an armed robbery, a burglary, a theft. And a lot of it was based on, you know, informant information. A lot of it was based on just the parole sheet. You know, we knew who was coming out on parole. We'd give them 30 days if we had nothing going, then we start following them.
Right.
It takes about 30 days to get strung out, and then we start following them. Oh, they got to support their habit. You know, so we were very successful. We were innovative. But I don't feel guilty about anything I ever did.
Well, how come you got at odds with even some of the supervisors in your own department?
Well, I don't know. Some of it's jealousy. You know, their egos got in the way. And when, you know, I worked 24/7. You know, the people I surrounded myself with in the police department were all crime fighters. They were great policemen, you know, and they believed in what they were doing. And, you know, it creates animosity when you're getting press, you know, and that's their problem as far as I'm concerned. I never cared.
Right. Well, I know, Daril, it wasn't the pay. Because
No,
the pay
when I came
is
on the job, $550 a month.
right.
$550 a month.
So why did you choose that career knowing that it was a low pay?
Play cops and robbers. I wanted to chase bad guys.
Yeah.
It was great fun. I mean, my God.
Oh yeah. Totally. I
it
bet you
was
really enjoyed the car chases.
I love car chases. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had
I'm to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The book I wrote is 100% honest. I have had not one person call me and complain about what I wrote about him because I wrote the truth. But it's a great book. It's got some great capers in it.
So your book is available on Amazon.
It is.
Correct?
Yeah.
Right. Anything else about your book?
No, it's just, you know, I could talk all day. You don't have enough time for me. So, you know.
Oh, we got about 15 minutes.
Oh, well, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about cops. Let's talk about what they're doing to the cops today.
I was going to mention that before we close. If you were just getting into police work today, knowing what you know, would you do it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You know why? No backing.
Yeah.
There's no administrative courage. Do you know what administrative courage is? It's when they would stand beside you and say, no, wait a minute. I'm not going to fire this officer until I get all the facts, until there's due process. There ain't no way I'm going to fire him. And they wouldn't, you know? And it's just like, you know, what you see on the news. You see a snippet, but you don't see the whole thing. And then, you know, and you get this guy's brutal. You know, I'll bet you that less than 1% of the total cops in this country are brutal.
Right.
You know, they're good people. I'm telling you,
Right.
they really care. And what they're doing to them is wrong, and they're going to regret it.
Yeah.
You know, they defund police and they fire cops without due process. And you know, here they took away their I can't remember what it's called now, but it's, if you get sued in Colorado before and you got stuck for punitive damages,
Right.
they'd pay, you know, they'd pay part of it or all of it or whatever. They took it away from the cops. So now I've been telling cops, you got to go find some insurance company to give you a policy
Yeah.
to give you that backing. But,
Now
you know,
we had that through our
Administrative
state police association.
Yeah,
We had that coverage.
they're fighting for it.
Yeah.
They're scrambling now to find some way to protect the policemen financially so it doesn't wipe them out if they get stuck.
Wow.
You know, but administrative courage comes from the governor to the mayor to the chief of police, and they have none, you know, or little nationwide right now. Yeah, and that's wrong. That's really wrong. You know, you can't have a society without police. And if they're brutal, get rid of them.
Exactly.
If they're dishonest, get rid of them.
Exactly.
But don't label every policeman as bad. They're not.
Mm-mm.
I know. You know, and you ask any cop, and they'll tell you, hey, how many brutal policemen you have on your police department that you know of? Ask them. You'd be surprised how few.
Right.
They weed them out. I wrote about, in my book, when I came on the job and went to District 2, the most brutal cops I have ever seen in my career were there. And they were so vicious to the blacks, I couldn't believe it. And I wrote about them. And I wrote about the whole situation in my book and what I did, because I couldn't sleep. I knew I was going to get rolled up and fired or put in the penitentiary because one of my partners beat some black for no reason. You know, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But they got rid of all of them.
Yeah.
They did.
Exactly what should happen.
Absolutely.
Get rid of them, prosecute them, you know,
That's
whatever,
right.
whatever.
They don't want them.
No, absolutely. And what they don't get is other policemen don't want them either.
No, they don't want to be around them.
Right.
So, and then the public doesn't realize that. They think, oh, we're all bad. Not true. Not true.
It's a different day out there than it was when you were in law enforcement, and me as well. I was going to ask you a while ago, and I got caught up in your story, but have you had any lasting effects from the shooting that you can tell? I mean, I've gone to all the Caliber Press, seminars and heard the guys testify that have been shot in the line of duty because, I never was. But I'm just curious, have you had any lasting effects at all that you can tell?
None.
No.
You know what? It made me a better policeman because I made a mistake. And, after that, I searched everybody, and there was no fighting people for guns. I think maybe I fought for a gun twice. Once was in an elevator, and
Wow.
thank God that didn't turn out bad.
Yeah, that's close. That's close quarters right there.
Oh my God. But anyway, it made me a much better, safer policeman.
Yeah.
More thorough, more aware, and you'll never forget getting shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's horrible. And you still have the shirt that you were wearing that day.
Yeah, I made a book cover. I showed you the cover on the book, of my book.
I figured the department would have talked you into putting it in their police museum.
Well, they're building the most beautiful museum.
Oh, okay. And
they're still trying to raise money, but everybody has contributed stuff. I've contributed all sorts of things, and I'd give them my shirt.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I don't know if anybody's ever gone and gotten their shirt when they gotten shot.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Did they ever ask you to go to the academy and talk to the recruits about your experience?
no.
No?
Wow.
Wow.
They're probably afraid of other things I might tell them. Now, how to be an effective policeman, proactive cop. I could give them all sorts of tips on how to make felony arrests. Of course, they would say, "Oh, they're going to violate somebody's rights,"
Right. Well, they've got that covered with all the video and audio now.
Oh yeah, they do.
Body cams and Can you imagine?
I couldn't work under those conditions.
Yeah.
I got kind of I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Just put it that way. Never would I have considered being a policeman today.
Right. Yeah. No one in their right mind would.
You got to commend them.
Pardon me?
You have to commend today's police women and policemen.
Yeah.
Wanting to do this job. You got to be out of their mind.
I mean, even if you did not know any better, even if you did not have anything to compare it to like we do, I mean, I still don't see how you would want to enter in that profession nowadays with all the shit they have to confront. I was going to ask you what, out of all your experience, what piece of advice you would give somebody that was, interested in a law enforcement career. I think I know the answer.
I tell them become a fireman. Because you're always the hero.
Yeah.
You're always the hero.
Yeah.
And you're paid the same.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie is fantastic. They eat fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of them go to school and get degrees.
Yeah.
Being a fireman is the way to go.
Yeah. They have other jobs. They have other
no
jobs.
Backing today.
Yeah.
Those cops have zero backing.
Yeah. Yeah. They get to work out on duty.
Firemen, yes.
Yeah.
So do the cops, though. The cops do work out.
Oh, do they on duty?
Yeah. Not on duty.
Okay. Yeah. Firemen always, they got paid to work out, and we cops, we didn't get paid time to go.
Now things could have changed. I've been away a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. What year did you retire?
90.
Wow. So now you've got your own private investigation business.
I do. I've been doing that since 90.
Wow. How's that going?
Good. It's all right.
Yeah. Your business is good?
It can always be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of following a lot of spouses around.
We don't do that.
Oh, you don't?
You won't believe it, but I do criminal defense.
Oh, wow.
And what I do is interviewing. I'm known for my interviewing techniques. And so I interview witnesses and, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. I do all the normal PI stuff, but no domestic stuff.
Right. So I guess if people need a PI, they know who to call now.
Why are you looking at me? I hope I don't need one.
I'm a long ways from you, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but it wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter where you're located.
Now, your female companion there, she might come out of state.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a troublemaker, Daril.
Yeah, she is.
I could tell.
Yeah. Well, the alcohol is what gets her in trouble.
Hey,
Well.
I'm not a troublemaker.
Hey.
I haven't been caught yet. Okay.
That's true.
So I got to tell you
proof.
guys. So I'm talking to Daril on the phone, I guess yesterday or today, this morning, and I said, normally our guests are musicians. We just had the lead singer for Great White. Did you even know who Great White was, Daril?
No. No.
But besides the shark.
No.
And
I know who Elvis is.
No, man. What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to upbeat music and stuff, but I like oldies. I mean, I'm from that era.
Dean Martin.
John Denver.
John
My wife
Denver.
says
John Denver. John Denver's cool.
He is cool. I knew him personally. And
Did you really?
great guy. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
How did you meet John Denver?
Well, he's from Colorado.
Well, I
number
know
one.
that.
And I've guarded him in the past.
You
he's
what?
He's had private guard duty, you know, watching him.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
I'll bet you don't have a clue on how he warms up.
No.
And see, nobody does. I've met people say, "Oh, I know John Denver. We used to hang out and all this."
No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he yodels.
Really? Or he did yodel.
Yeah, that's how he warms up.
Wow.
Wow.
Yodel.
Yodels. Did you hear him?
Oh yeah.
Was he good?
And and Elvis, you know, Elvis is a personal friend of Jerry Kennedy's here in Denver. He's a captain on the police department, and
Really?
he even built a gym, you know, a gym for us in one of the districts. And he was a wonderful guy. He collected badges and guns.
Right. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a very giving individual. I know one time he was wearing this ring and Jerry Kennedy commented on it. And he says, "You like that ring?" He took it off his finger and made Jerry take it.
Wow.
Yeah. He was very, very generous.
I didn't know that about jewelry, but I knew he gave a lot of cars away.
Oh, yeah. And he did. That was on a ski trip.
Yeah.
He was telling Jerry Kennedy that he had a Mark IV, and he says, "In fact, I'm going to buy you one. It's such a great car." He says, "Call a dealership. We're going to Denver." He ended up buying about 5 or 6 cars for some of the team, you know, the team that guarded him.
Yeah.
And Jerry Starkey and Bobby Petrofesso, Ron Petrofesso, and a bunch of people. But he was very, very giving. And we enjoyed having him come to Denver. And he was a friend of the police.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That is very cool.
Yeah.
John Denver.
He's a great guy.
What a voice that guy had.
Writer. He was a great writer and a musician.
Yeah.
You know, he looked like a hick, but he really wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet he had a nice house.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
I bet it wasn't a hick-looking house either.
No, probably not.
It's an Aspen.
An Aspen, of course. Yeah.
Of course.
An Aspen. Hey, do you play any instruments?
None that I can speak of.
Oh, no, you started to spit something out there. I could tell your mouth started to move.
No, I was worried when you told me it was a music station.
I know.
First of all, I'm wondering what the hell does he want me to come on his show for? And secondly, you better not ask me to sing.
Well, you know, we're almost to that part of the show.
Can you play the spoons?
We're almost to that part of the show where we do get our guests to sing, whether they can or not.
Oh, no, it isn't going to happen.
No, I tell you that, honest to God, we have done this show and similar shows for a long time, and we've always had, you know, we've always featured musicians of some sort. Not all rock and roll, with country, folk, jazz, you know. But seriously, when I saw you on the news, I just happened to see you on the news this weekend, and because, you know, I spent a career in law enforcement as well. It was especially interesting to me, and I thought, you know, it's time that we have a different, you know, guest, someone, you know, with a different background other than music, and you're it. You're the guy that said, "I'll do it."
That's quite a compliment. Thank you.
Well, hey, you're welcome, and you just opened the door because we may just do more of this.
Yeah,
because
very interesting.
It's been a lot of fun having you on. So is that your do what?
I said I've had a good time.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll send you that check. Is that your wife that's off camera?
No, one of my grandkids is sitting right here.
Oh, one of your grandkids. Oh, yeah. You know, the producer said we had just started the show, and the producer goes, "Hey, did you warn?" I think his grandson's in the room. Did you warn him about, you know, the first part of the show? And I'm like, no, I didn't even think about it. And I'm thinking, well, you know, Daril, first few minutes he'll figure it out, and he'll either put that kid in another room or he'll just let him ride.
Look at the leggings.
He's totally silent.
Is he?
I can't see him in my little picture up there. If I did, I would have said something.
Yeah.
I could have had my lovely wife come out here and sit beside me.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, we could meet the whole family. You got a couple minutes.
No, that's okay.
Brad and I are curious about the art piece in the back.
Yeah, the painting behind your right shoulder.
The painting. It's not a painting.
Sculpture?
You mean that
Yeah,
the
No,
woman?
Yeah, the black frame.
Well,
That's a
I told
woman.
everybody my wife posed for that. That's a Mac, and he does reliefs.
Okay.
Of females.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize you could see it.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
It is. It's 3D. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it till
Yeah.
now. Wow. I was paying attention to the guest. Thank you.
Because you're a trained interviewer.
I am.
He's a trained
I am, and they're
professional.
looking around at your art, probably checking out how much dust is on that little table, and
No, not at all. I was just intrigued.
We're investigating.
Oh, you
the
are.
theme
Yeah.
of the show.
You are.
Yeah.
That's true.
We're very observant.
That's true. You are good.
Yeah.
Very observant.
Yeah, that's awesome. So people need to go out and get your book. They can get your book on Amazon.
Did.
Pardon me?
I said I'd be honored if they did.
Yeah. And it's not expensive either. I think you kind of lowballed the price.
I didn't do that.
Is that Amazon that did that?
They could be.
Wow.
They got a mind of their own, you know.
God, I think you ought to ask more than $5.
Is it on Audible? Because DC makes me drive really long distances. So
That's true.
I do audiobooks.
That's true.
I think it's more than that.
I don't
There's
think.
a paperback and a hardback,
Oh, okay. I was looking at the paperback.
and there's they're brand new release of a revised second edition, which is like 442 pages,
Okay.
Wow.
and it's great stories in it.
Well, I'm going to order I want a hardback, and I'm going to order it, and then I'm going to send it to you. I want to have it probably sent to you,
I want you to do that.
and then I want you to sign it for me, and then I'll figure out how to get you to send it back to me.
Just
Well,
sending
I'm writing
postage.
lies in it.
Pardon me?
When I sign it, is there any lies that you want me to put down?
Oh yeah.
I just want you to write down how cool I am.
Okay.
I mean, Denver's super. That would go a long way if I had, the Denver Super Cop's signature as well as a little statement about how cool I am. That would be pretty sweet. Because no one here thinks I'm very cool. That's for damn sure.
We think you're cool.
Well, thank you, Brad. Daril, I really appreciate your time. I'm going to give you. Is there anything that you want to ask any of us?
No, I think I'm done.
I mean, it's only
not that
fair.
interesting.
It's only fair if we let you ask one question.
No.
Yeah, Bre and I got to ask ours about the painting back there. So.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all got that clarified.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah.
I figured it was a woman.
So Daril,
Pardon?
so you've been on ABC, NBC, Fox. You've been on Inside Edition.
Oh my God. I've given so many interviews. I figured it can't hurt me,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and maybe something good will come out of it.
Maybe a new career.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Plus, it'll probably help your book sales.
I would like that.
Be an author.
Yeah, that would be cool. I know you got one sold right here.
I've got people calling me about wanting to option my movie.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Wow,
going, what is an option? I don't even know what an option is.
dude, I was going to ask you, Daril. So, did you had the onion field? Had that happened yet when you got into police work?
Yes.
It had already
That-
happened.
Let me think. Was I a cop when that happened? Joseph Wambaugh wrote that book.
Right.
And it was really a good book.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And
Wambaugh is the king.
right.
Yeah.
Did they talk about that in the academy?
No.
Wow.
And I had a command person in Denver call me and says, I'm going to tell them that they ought to make your book mandatory reading in the police academy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the last I heard of it because
Yeah.
I know they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a good training manual.
They
that's
wouldn't
for
want to
sure.
give me any ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. But it'd be a good training manual, I'm sure.
It would. It's a great book on informants and all
Yeah.
this search warrants and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to read it.
Tells how I was so successful.
Yeah. Yeah. But when I was listening to your story, I kept thinking of the onion field.
Oh, that was a horrible, horrible police incident. In fact, I didn't tell you, the morning I got shot, 3 cops got shot in 24 hours.
Wow.
Merle Nading got shot at the Shapes on East Colfax and killed by a guy named Kenneth Ray Green. Then I got shot in the projects, and then Larry Carmer got shot on 38th Avenue. 3 cops in 24 hours. First time that's ever happened in Denver.
Wow. By the way, Daril, what were those 3 doing in that car that morning? What were they sitting there for?
I think they had just gotten in and they were going to pull out, but then I'm coming down the street. It's kind of a long street, and they probably didn't want to bring attention to themselves, and that's why they didn't pull out right away.
Okay.
That's just what I'm speculating.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day he'll tell you.
He might.
Yeah. Well,
I think it'd be great fun to sit and talk to him.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get that opportunity.
Yeah. I used to spend a lot of time with criminals talking to them because that's how I learned.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Daril, it's been a pleasure having you on. I know an hour is a long time, but it's been awesome, and we'll definitely help promote your book from what we can do, and thank you for I know all these interviews are just probably wearing you out, but we've had a great time with you, and I hope you can say the same. And
oh yeah,
if you definitely, if you ever get a chance to talk to that guy, I want you to come back on and tell us about it.
You know what? That would make a heck of a little piece, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
If you ever get that opportunity, you got to come back on and let us know. But in the meantime, you take care of yourself, and and we will hopefully see you again. And like I said, I'll be communicating with you because I want to get you that copy of your book for you to sign for me.
I definitely will. Thank you.
All right, Daril. Best to you and your family.
Great fun.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Guys, what a great time that was. I mean, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right?
Right?
He's an awesome dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. Not a bad choice for a first non-music guest, right?
No, it was very good.
I feel like I want to put on a cool pair of leggings and go fight crime.
I don't know if you want to put on the kind of leggings that that he
had
photos of.
Let's stay away from those leggings. I had a few years back, I designed some leggings, and I only did a limited run of them.
Did you really?
Yeah, for women, and the women loved them because the way they fit, they're a little bit thicker and they held shape.
Do
And
they have pockets? You gotta have pockets.
I don't think they had pockets, but
Yeah,
they were good, and sold them. And I'll see if I might, make some more. I don't know, but yeah, they were cool. Put my artwork on them.
Wow.
All over.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And but I'll see if I can find a pair. Maybe I got an extra pair lying around.
Hey, Jay, can you minimize the panel so I can play my last song? Because there you go. You're so awesome. Well, guys, I want to remind you that all of my content is on YouTube. Just search Barside Jive Live. And remember that we're not responsible for any incorrect or inaccurate information that may be caused by this broadcast. And we do, however, assume all responsibility for the satirical nature of its content and for the fictional nature of any and all of the content. All characters appearing in the articles of this broadcast, even those based loosely on real people, are entirely fictional, and any resemblance between them and any persons living, dead, or even the undead is purely a miracle. I would like to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team, for all the hard work they do behind the scenes to make this show possible. And Jay's really cool because he does double duty because he does our sports too.
That's correct. Thank you. I appreciate it. Continue talking
about you. You want to
and he goes to the restroom too at the right time.
And when he does, we've got when he goes to the bathroom, we've got that now. Keep calm.
Yeah, he just needs to put that up whenever he leaves.
Okay,
I can't believe DC put that together.
Okay, our last song. You ready?
Yeah.
Giant steps are what you take, walking on the moon.
Well, guys, walking on the moon is a song by English rock band The Police, released as their second single off the studio album Regatta de Blanc, 1979. The song was written by the band's lead vocalist and bassist, Brad
Sting.
It went on to become the band's second number one hit in the UK. According to Sting himself, and I quote,
He stung himself.
I was drunk in a hotel room in Munich, slumped on the bed with the whirling pit when this riff came into my head. I got up, started walking around the room singing, walking around the room, yah, yah, walking around the room. That was all. In the cool light of morning, I remembered what had happened and wrote the riff down. Wow. But walking around the room was like a stupid title, so I thought of something even more stupid, which was Walking on the Moon. 1981. Wow.
That's a good song. I mean, all of them. I like them all.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Well, anyway, The Police. Well, guys, we are out of here. Thank you for joining us for this 2-hour show every Monday from 4 to 6. We hope that you are listening to us as you drive home, or watching us if you're home or at work or whatever. But we do appreciate your support of what we're doing here, and hope that you'll share us with your friends and family and followers. Until next time, be kind to one another. Keep it real. Keep on rocking. And if you have a 6-second song that you'd like us to play,
taking requests,
you can call us at 1-800-J. 1-800-Jaybird. Jaybird, and it's not intentionally misspelled. Guys, we will see you next Monday, 4 o'clock.
It was fun.
Is the news going to be good?
It's always good. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys. Bye. Doing it for 4 hours? 6 seconds to do it. You couldn't get to the door in 6 seconds. Well, it wasn't